The eagles gathering together. Dear blessed ones, what took place Sunday as we were all united together, listening to the voice of God speak to us? We were commanded to lay our hands on one another. Then God spoke through his messenger and said, I rebuke the devil. Satan, you are nothing but a bluff, and you're exposed right here among the people, by the scriptural evidence of the living resurrected Jesus. I adjure thee, by the living God, come out of this people and leave them go, for the glory of God. Now, because we have recognized his word being manifested, and doing just exactly what he said was going to be done, Satan was exposed, then rebuked and cast out. All who believe it was God speaking to them, were healed. We believed, thus, we were all healed. There is nothing more powerful than the voice of God speaking his word. But it isn't for everyone, it is only for those who recognize and believe it is Jesus Christ the same yesterday, today and forever. If you could have lived 2,000 years ago and went to a church where Jesus was speaking, come up before him and say, Jesus, I have a need, have mercy on me. I recognize who you are, speak the word and I will receive what I have need of. When he prayed for you, your heart would leap with joy, for you would know there is nothing that could stand in the way of his prayer. God has provided a way for us today to do exactly that. A church we can go to where Jesus himself is speaking. Some don't recognize it as a church, but nevertheless, it is a church. We had them all across the country, hooked up the other night. Every 200 square miles had one of my churches. 651127b, trying to do God a service without it being God's will. If you'd like Jesus to speak at your home church, or your church where you all can come gather, I invite you to experience Elohim speaking directly to you. It's very easy, press play. This Sunday, he will once again speak to us and unveil himself before us, proving he is the resurrected Jesus Christ. He will also tell us all about what Zacchaeus was thinking that day when he climbed up in a tree to see Jesus. How he was wiping the garbage off of his new clothes and had gotten splinters in his knees and all over his hands. How he was just sitting there picking them out, waiting for this so-called prophet to come by. No one can see me when he comes up that way. When he turns the corner, I'm going to leave me one big leaf here, so I can look out and see him. How blind Bartimaeus overslept and had arrived late that morning because all night long he had been dreaming that he could see again. He had tossed in his bed because he thought he could see, but then he realized, it was only a dream. How his pretty genuine Hebrew mother would call him about 2 o'clock in the evening, Bartimaeus. She would get out on the front porch and get the old rocking chair, and get him up in her arms and tell him Bible stories. Oh, how he just loved her Bible stories. As he laid there that morning on the very rock that Jehovah had blasted off of the walls in the days of Joshua, he thought, right here, at this little road where I am, the great and mighty prophets Elijah and Elisha come arm in arm walking down that same road. If I could have only lived in that day, and been sitting here, I would have run out to those prophets, fell upon my face, and said, Oh, prophet of God, pray for me, and Jehovah would give me back my sight. As God provided for Bartimaeus on that day, so has God provided for us this day. I would like to once again invite you to join us this weekend. I promise it will be like the lid took off of an artesian well, just spurting out the water, and the more it spurts out, the cooler and fresher it gets. Saturday morning, we will be hearing, Who is Jesus? At a time that is convenient for you. Then Sunday, we will unite all together at 1 p.m. Jeffersonville time to hear, God has a provided lamb. What could happen as we gather in the presence of God? Brother Joseph Branham.
Shalom. If this video was a blessing for your life, like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. God keep you, dear brother and sister.
Quiero amarte, Señor, y sentir la paz excelsa de tu amor.